Hello everyone, how's it going? Hi. Hello. Good evening everyone. Let's play for our internet tonight. Cupsy Yummy has the Braincell. So I anticipate we're going to do absolutely nothing productive. Hello Twitch. Hello YouTube. I hope everyone's doing good. Congrats on first to Lodra. Hello Phoenix. Hello Lodra. Hello Tommy. Hello DSC. DSC, thank you for the stream. I hope everyone's doing well. Alright, good old Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel. Some new cards got... Oh, maintenance! Oh man, not maintenance. Not again. New cards got revealed and they're broken. That sounds crazy. Well, chat, tonight we have some productivity plan. We're gonna be kind of productive. Just a tad bit productive. Do I want you to post the link? Let me unrelated to this. 1, 2, 3. Confirming with someone on some cards they need. Let's just say the game gets a turnaround. What do you mean a turnaround? That's ominous. That's ominous and concerning. Well, with maintenance up, I suppose we have to find something. I suppose we have to find something to do. Now I have some food that I plan to be eating. I thought we were going to watch Do Live. I suppose we can start looking over these cards. How has your day been? How has your day been? Have y'all been well? I hope y'all are well. Let me copy this link. Let's make sure that our ye old browser is up on the screen. We have Blazing Dominion, whatever that means. Oh, Shaq, well, come on in. Getting daily stun before canceling last test and expanding your second amethyst towers. I don't know what that means, but good luck with that. You're going to lead a raid? What do you mean I don't accept raids? You mean on YouTube? I accept raids on Twitch. I don't know what you're talking about, Fookies. Hi, can I see your text? I can see your text. Just because YouTube doesn't show up on screen doesn't mean I'm not reading. It was on Twitch? Okay, well, something must be wrong with their account. What do I think of stun decks? It depends on the deck. There's actually a vast majority of different types of stun decks, yeah, and each one is a different kind of, you know, each one is a different kind of evil, some more acceptable than others. No, I don't have a certain amount of viewers to raid. People have raided me with one viewer before. My accent sounds exotic. I live in the United States of America. So I don't know if that helps or not, but... Goodness me, chat, goodness me. I have a higher standard. I don't know, maybe they're not verified. I think I need them to, like, be, like... No, I don't know the details. I just know the average person can raid me, alright? Unless that changed recently, Twitch chat. I'm eating, by the way. The average individual can raid this not so local, so. Well, like, here's the thing though, like, each deck that you say quote-unquote stuns is fundamentally a different type of control playstyle. So, like, trap stun decks are fundamentally different from, like, runic stun. Runic stun deck is fundamentally different from, like, I don't know, example, like, what's the word? Altergeist. Altergeist is completely different from, like, say, Steel Drain Eldritch. So when you say stun deck, there's actually a larger variety of stun deck than people think. Like, example, I'm not a fan of Umi Control. I think Umi Control is pretty dumb. I don't like that jellyfish thing that they play. I don't like Karushin. Then you have stuff that, like, plays around, like... Then you have stun decks that are just 40 hand traps and, like, D-shifter. Like, the problem is, like, stun can't fundamentally be defined by, like, one genre in Yu-Gi-Oh! Because there's so many cards. And then, like, what separates a really consistent control deck from a stun deck, fundamentally? Some people have differing opinions on it. I think control decks are very different from stun decks. You don't live in the US, so would that qualify as exotic to you? I'm not sure, Fusiony. Is there a hard and fast rule to access being exotic? I'm not sure. But YouTube asked me where I was from. So I let them know. I'm from the US, born and raised in Southern California. You love control? The win con is the opponent surrendering? But yeah, like, that's the other thing, chat, where it's like, if you talk about stun decks, it's a little bit difficult to try to, like, actually, you know, quantify, qualify. Also, chat redeemed an economy check, so we gotta check the economy, alright? We gotta check the economy. So if y'all don't know, I used to own over 1,000 copies of a card called Dragon Nails. So if y'all don't know Dragon Nails, Well, it's not a particularly, like, great card. It's not a bad card either. It's only been printed once in Battles of Legends, Crystal Revenge. I sold over 1,000 copies of this card, so every now and then we check the marketplace. So let's get this economy check living.
Sandwiched on a dragon scale, and that's what started dragon nails. Around the room the rulers flew, and Cecily knew what to do. She climbed on the backs of her dragon friends, now the adventures never end. Dragon nails, it's almost time for dragon nails. God, why did you buy them out? Let's all get some dragon nails.
Alright, chat. Let's check the current marketplace of Dragon Nails. Let's refresh the page for posterity. Chat, the current marketplace of Dragon Nails. Let's see, this is the price point for lightly played first edition. How do we make sure we're on the price point of first edition? What about near mint? How can we filter to near mint? Condition. There we go. Chat, the current market price of Dragon Nails, for some reason, the market price of a lightly played Dragon Nails is higher than the market price of actual first edition Dragon Nails. Near mint first edition Dragon Nails are currently going for 26 cents. Shout out Skyhawk for the economy. So, you know, chat, Dragon Nails are kind of down, but it's the start of the year, chat. The economy is always slow in January, so you gotta believe, chat. You gotta believe. We're not out of the running just yet, chat, okay? For the economy to, you know, rise, it must first fall, you know? A light layer game agrees to drive up the value? Goodness me. It's fine, chat. You see what? There was a dip. We're slowly recovering from the dip. You just have to give it time. It's clearly because the lightly played consumers are hunting for one of mine. Since I'm a talking lobster, that stuff's crazy? Goodness me. Are you trying to say that there's a market for Sand Sally Dragon Nails? For Sand Sally Dragon Nails? Alright, let's look at these new cards, chat. Let's look at these new cards. What is a Clown Clan Diablo? What is this, chat? What is this? You're never wrong, so your baseless assumption must be correct. It's Mud Dragon materials. Yeah, that's true. Two monsters with the same attribute with different types. Hello, Bushin. Sanwawa moment 2. Chat, do y'all prefer Sanwawa or Sankoko? Let's see. If your attributed summon monster attacks a defense position monster, inflict double piercing damage. Battle damage. If this card is attributed, you can activate one of these effects. Return all fusion monsters on the field and graveyard to the... That's crazy! Set one Clown Clan trap from your deck. Why would you ever pick the second one? Clown Clan Meteor. One tuna and one non-tuna monster. Your opponent cannot activate cards or effects when you are monsters. This is just stun. My bad! Control chat. Surely control. If this card is tributed, you can activate one of these effects. Return all single monsters on the field and graveyard to the extra deck for Braincell. Target one Clown Clan card in your graveyard except for Clown Clan Media. Add it to your hand. Alright. Then we have Clown Clan Devils. A rank 3. A rank 3. Anyways, your tributed summon monsters gain 1,000 attack. If this card is tributed, you can activate one of these effects. Return all exceeds on the field and in the graveyard to the extra deck. Or set one Clown Clan spell from your deck. So is this the going second answer now? Is just bringing out these bozos and tributing them so you can clear board? Is there not one for Link monsters? Oh wait, no, here we go. Oh no, this is a ritual monster. Clown Clan player. Can only use the voice effect of this card's name once per turn. You can reveal this card in your hand, add one Clown Clan card from your deck to your hand, then discard one card. If this card is tributed, you can activate one of these effects, but only use one of these effects for this card's name once per turn. Shuffle all ritual monsters on the field and graveyards into the deck. No, chat! We'll never play Penguin! But like, chat, what's the Link monster? Chat, where's the... You did not call him Whiteface. You did not call him that! Oh god. You can tribute summon this card face up by tributing one Ritual, Fusion, Single Axis Phantom, or Link. It doesn't say it has to be your side, but inherently, can't you only tribute, like, stuff on your field? Like, I don't know enough about Yu-Gi-Oh, but like, if it says tribute summon, it usually means your field. I'm not here to like, do the semantics, but like, I can't just summon Blue Eyes White Dragon by stealing stuff from my opponent's field. Like, I can't just go Blue Eyes White Dragon over my opponent's, like, you know, 2 Link monsters. Like, that's just not how that works. I can't just kaiju the Malice board by going, I summon Blue Eyes White Dragon. Are you sure it means either side? Oh, Chris Lord. Yeah, right? Yeah, like, unless it can specify either field or, like, super poly. I'm pretty sure it has to be your side of the field. Like, there's no way this thing just kaijus. Pokemon in place. We're looking at some of the new cards that they've announced. Because Macedor is in maintenance right now. Bianca Visual? What do you mean Bianca Visual? Pokemon in capital. You feel like there has to be another card with similar phrasing? Okay, I have an idea. I have an idea. Why didn't they name him Bianca? Why did they name him Whiteface on paper? Like... Okay, pause chat. Surely someone with more Yu-Gi-Oh knowledge is going to help me right now. Aha, chat. Don't worry. Don't worry, chat. Don't worry, chat. I have evidence. I have evidence, chat. Chat, we have real rules. Chat. I have a real judge. Chat. We got in touch with a real judge. A real judge has given me an answer. I think he's a real judge. A real judge has given me an answer, chat. A real judge has given me an answer. I think he's a judge. Yeah. So, like, this guy can't just kaiju my opponent's board, right? Like, just because it says what kind of monster it is. It still has to be my field. Of course not. Thank you! I'm not crazy! I might not play this game very well, but I'm not crazy, alright? Tributing always refers to your own cards unless the card specifically states it can tribute opponent's cards. There we go, chat. Let's go! Rules, judging, woo! Shoutouts, Coda. Anyways, why did they name him that? As a thank you for his services, post a picture of dragon nails. Alright. I'm pretty sure, like, he has judge certification. Otherwise, why would he take judge calls? That's, like, inherently... Okay, so, like, here's the thing. Some games have, like judge helpers? Kind of, like... So some games have, like, different, like, levels of, like, judging. Twitch doesn't like that. Twitch says that your message was held for bullying. I should have screenshot that. That was the funniest screenshot ever. Alright. Hello, come on, Devil Heater. It was a simple fact that a clown would be funny if you could tribute your opponent's cards. Okay, I will admit, it would be pretty darn funny if you could tribute your opponent's cards as a clown. I admit that. Clowns are in the same set as the new Red Dragon Archfiend support. Yeah, that's right. You can get Red Dragon Archfiend and Clown. God, why did they name this? Well, chat, now that we've learned that we cannot kaiju our opponent's cards to trigger this. At least there's always the spell card soul exchange. You're fairly sure he's been a judge at some point. You don't think he's a judge now? Like, do you have to keep up your certification? As a Yu-Gi-Oh judge, do you have to, like, you know, chat? Like, you have to retake tests to keep up your certifications? Why is this Orc-type dog water? Because the extra deck monsters are just board breakers. Jack also mentions the Mega Monarch. So in the Macedor data mine, it's called Clown Ku Biancaviso. I'm glad that they did not name it Clown Clan Whiteface in Macedor. Isn't this the fan translation? Probably. All leaks for fan translations? Well, look now. None of this is like official. This is just cards that exist. Cards that exist, Turbo. Oh, my goat, my horse. How are you, girlie? We're talking about you, though. We got a live ruling. Shoutouts to the second Kevin Sansley crossover episode. Not actually crossover episode. He was Clown Clan? Your kind of group. Hello, Clothing. You know, ironically, I thought we were going to talk about Yummy. And then I forgot there was maintenance. Now we're talking about Clown. You think it will have a comfortable home in Genesis? It's just funny when people are only using the fake name, I suppose. I suppose it is, like... Why would they pick that name? Why would you translate it like that? Like, I don't care how faithful you're trying to be to the fan translation. Like, you could have chose to localize that differently. There was probably a billion ways to localize that better than whiteface. Maintenance ends in like 3 hours? I don't know. Here, let's check. Hold. Oh, hello, boys. I'm not really sure. I think because of daylight savings, it might be earlier than we anticipate. Oh, Shades of Nothing. Welcome on in. Remember buying fake real cards, and the names are the direct translation from Japanese to English. So all your cards either have sus names or demonic names. Amazing. Spectacular. What was it like having daemons instead of archfiends? True. Alright. So meanwhile. I don't know, chat. What's your favorite of the ones that we've looked at? What's your favorite? Do y'all like the ritual monster? Do y'all like the fusion monster? Do y'all like the sinkhole? Do y'all like the XCs? Technically, this one is the most, like, actually versatile. I don't know if we talk about this guy. Your mom thought you were a heretic. You're a fan of Flair? What makes you a fan of Clown Clan Flair? Oh, Lance, welcome on in. I would like to play Yummy, but we're on the maintenance right now, and there's no way we could afford it, but like, you know. The XCs is the only good extra deck one. Do they just not have a tuner? I'm not sure. Oh, so Slice, how are you? Look, chat, just a reminder that this name isn't the official name. A fan translated this and poorly localized it. But like, you do gotta admit, this is kind of funny. A little funny, it's more like concerning. I suppose the internet's having a ballpark with that one. You're supposed to use the spells to keep them in being. Yeah, we don't have the... do they have pictures? Phoenix, do we have pictures of the spells and traps? Weird deck, very clunky. I mean, I feel like... So you could play the deck, right? Like, this is one of those decks where it's like, you know how Plunder Patrol needs your opponent to do stuff? Thank you for the hydrate. Also, like, do we really want to keep using this source, chat? This source is translating the names improperly. Do we still want to keep using this source? Yeah, the new archetype is looking like kind of like reverse board breakers. If you cheat out the monster of your choice and then tribute it using this guy, or I suppose any other tribute, you can essentially clear your opponent's board of all of that type of monster. It's for sure going to be a different name. Would this be versatile enough to use in Macedon? Actually, you know, Bello, that's a great question. The website, translation, yeah, of course translation, like, it's a process, but I'm just saying that, like... Okay, look, here's the thing. There's translations, and then there's localization. So translating is just taking the word, like, word for word. Localizing it is the difference between me reading something like... Hi! May your day be splendid! And versus like, hey, I hope you have a good day today. Like, obviously it's not that, like, simple, right? That is like an oversimplification of the process. But basically what I'm trying to say is that, like, there's a much bigger difference between translating a word for word and, like, localizing. Which a lot of, like, other game companies overseas and across languages do, is they hire people to make it so that, like, when it's translated, it feels natural and it makes sense. Well, no, I'm not talking about Clown Clan. I'm talking about the second part of this bozo's title. Okay, the spell called Clown Clan Rehearsal. Okay, yeah, so what I'm trying to say is that they use Google Translate, or like they translated it word for word. And there's nothing wrong with that, chat. What I'm trying to say is that, like, you know, if you properly localize the name, maybe you could have picked something other than whiteface, alright? Look, I think y'all are missing the point, chat. Twitch chat, I think y'all are lost in the sauce. I'm not trying to say that they didn't translate it correctly. I'm trying to say that from a localization standpoint, if you were a localizer, you would translate it word for word, see the name whiteface, and you would pick something more eloquent. I know that it's the... you know what, Twitch, it's... Have you all read the title? I don't have the Braincell tonight. I'm not going to try to explain this to y'all, okay? I'm not trying to sit here and be like, oh no, this Yu-Gi-Oh website's evil because they didn't do anything other than translate it. What I'm trying to say is that whoever's doing the translation could have if they wanted to. They don't have to, okay? Like, changed it up. And that's what Konami does when it comes to the West, is they change it up because they have proper localization. I don't even know how that, like, works, okay? So, are you trying to say that, like, if you sound out the Japanese, his name is, like, Wahito Feiso? I know that sounded very racist, but just... I'm Vietnamese, let me have this. Okay, anyways. a different name, alright? That's all I'm saying. What does this do? Goodness me. Blue Eyes White Dragon's name is Japanese is Blue Eyes White Dragon? Goodness me. Okay, well, Dark Magician's name being Black Magician, like, that's just the nature of Japanese stuff, alright? They do this all the time. They could have rhymed? YouTube is saying they could have rhymed. And called him Clown Clan White Man. I don't think that's proper localization either, but I suppose that's a step maybe in the right direction. I'm not sure. I'm not going to be the judge of what the better name could have been. I understand that this is a one-for-one translation on the phoneticization of the name. However, they could have also not named him that. Yeah, you're right. Quite a white that might be worse. I'm not trying to blame the organization. At this point, this is on Konami. Like, they could have picked something that is not, like... literally anything! Literally anything. You realize that, like, Japanese commentators are going to be on the stream. I don't even know if they stream Japanese YCS, but just chat picture the Japanese YCS stream, okay? The Japanese prompter, he has his two fingers to the side of his little, you know, his little headphone because he's commentating. He wants to make sure that he's hearing everything, okay? And then they're like, oh, why is the face? It's been summoned onto the field. Translate that to Japanese. Like, do they not? I mean, I know that they don't consider this to be like a problem because it's not a thing in their culture. I'm not trying to blame Japanese culture. I'm just trying to say that, like, I don't know. Like, they serve a global audience, okay? Yeah, they could have called him Joker or something. They could have called him literally anything. Pale Fool, I don't know. Literally anything. You blame the culture? I mean, it's probably a little bit on there. Anywho, next card. Clown Clan. Look, chat, we're not here to be woke wizards tonight. Woke wizards is being rescheduled. I don't have the Braincell. Cupsy Yummy has the Braincell. But speaking of Cupsy, where is Cupsy-san? Cupsy-san, I need you to take the driver's seat on this one, Cupsy-san. What does this card say? Alright, I'm gonna have to read this card. Clown Clan Matinee. Matinee? You can only use the first and second effect of this card's name once per turn. During your main phase, you can special summon one Clown Clan monster from your deck or extra deck, ignoring its summoning conditions. You also cannot activate the effects of monsters special summon from the deck and extra deck until the end of the next turn. Wait. So how does this work? If you can't activate the effects, how does that work with the tributing effect? I kind of don't fully understand. Is it like activated effects? Like effects that have to be like a you can once per turn type effect? Or like target type effect? Or like, is it just any trigger on an effect? Hey, yo, is that an ad for a sausage McMuffin with egg meal? Oh, no, come back. Oh, it's back. They heard me. Is that a good deal? It might actually be a good deal. I'll explain, chat. So, like, a sausage egg McMuffin fundamentally is like $2.50 if you get the deal. So that's like, you know, nearly half the price. Here is where, like, the value comes in. They charge you $4, $5 sometimes for a hashing brown, chat. A hash brown these days for McDonald's. $4. Who can afford that, chat? Who can afford this? It's interesting that Japan developed on the first steps like the European philosophers. You're guessing it can trigger in the graveyard. The second way I said it was right. It's still better, but it's funny that it lives on if you know it's Italian. The TCG name is just the same name but Italian. I mean... whatever. Oh, look, it's still overpriced. Look, I missed the dollar menu as much as anyone else, but... What I'm trying to say is that comparatively, I suppose it's a deal. I'm not happy with the inflation on prices. Here we are. Alright. Clown Clan Malabarism. Special summon 2 Clown Clan monsters from your deck. What? You set the summon 2? That's crazy. You just special summon 2 monsters. Who greenlit this? Why would you ever use the first one? Yeah, why would you ever use this one? When this one summons 2? Hello, chat. Are we back, chat? Hello? Chat? Are we back? Hello, chat. Are we back? Testing. All I do is talk about their game, and they're like, you know what, we gotta shut her down. The same way. Hello, Rebel Gang. Welcome on in. Well... Some of y'all might need to refresh. Hello, Braincell. Welcome on in, everyone. Hi. Okay, so I don't know why our internet has been so spotty lately. I'm gonna have to talk to the landlord this morning. You would take that as a sign to stop playing, but that's just you. I mean, look, we can't just back down in the face of adversity. If Konami is bullying us by, like, trying to draw pack us out of playing Master Duel, right? Oh no, they're just dossing us because, like, if we were getting draw pack, we wouldn't be able to, like, reconnect. Hey yo, is that actually a woman? Pause, chat. This is a woman advertisement. If y'all don't know, because I play card games and I look up dinosaurs, most websites tend to think that I'm a man, and I get advertisements for, like, deodorants and, like, men's soap and razor blades in the military. That's amazing. The talkative advertisement finally knows that I'm a woman! Anyway. Well, I don't know how great the talkative advertisement is. Yeah, great things. Deodorants, men's soap in the military. Is that not guy things? The U.S. military. Let me make that very clear. The U.S. military. You get yours based on location? That's dangerous. Alright, next clown card. Now that we're back, next clown card. Clown Clan Survey. Oh, that's unfortunate. They were getting a lot of political push. Alright, activate one of these effects, but you can only choose each of these effects of the card's name once per turn. You cannot activate the... Okay. What does all this deck do? Is summon more monsters. All this does is summon more Clown Clan monsters. Don't tell me the next one also summons Clown Clan monsters. Wait, pause. This one's different. Clown Clan new phase. You both immediately said that they should call it Clown Core. Congratulations, you're on the same wavelength. Like, standby phase, you can shuffle 3 Clown Clan cards from your graveyard and or banishment into the deck and draw a card. That actually sounds not. This is a pretty good one. Considering that some decks can't even draw one card, this is like better. What is it? Branded Weaking. It's like the trap version of Branded Weaking. And you get to pop back roll. Chat, you get back roll hate. Well, on a back roll, but like it's still back roll hate. If this card is sent to the graveyard, except for the field, you can... Oh god, this thing is compatible with Tindango. Anywho. Chat, look. We're getting advertisements for TCG players. There's a Feckveiler, there's Dragon Nails, and there's Red Ice Metal Claw Dragon because they know we like Dragon Nails. And there's 2 copies of Maxi. It's the best day ever. Only who? So come on. Chat, this is the best day ever. We're getting targeted Dragon Nails ads. I love that this is our advertisement. This is spectacular. Welcome on in. Welcome. Twitch chat, you're about to head into some ads for the top of the hour. Also, cause stream decided to restart itself. He notices that the trap shows a little story of seemingly saving this small horn girl from captivity. Ah, you're right. Maybe they were the ethical circus. This clown archetype intrigues you, but Red Dragon Archery must take priority. Well, if you're opening the pack anyways, like what if you just happen to pull all the cards of both? Unban King Calamity. Konami, don't be cowards. Well, chat, we can't have too many hot takes. Clearly, Konami's going to disconnect our internet again if we have too many hot takes. Most fictional circuses tend to be ethical. Solomon, welcome on in. We're looking at some of the new leaked cards. All name translations pending for localization. I'm taking the Master Duel name as the actual name. you think the clown pool is very funny choice of what to localize the archetype as, because it makes it sound like the archetype was released in the mid-2000s. Mastered will incept, I suppose. Low-key, you become what you've hated the most on Mastered War, a Castilla player! Goodness me. Yeah, we're getting ads for Final Fantasy Online. Now I need to book a rental car. January sale, spectacular, spectacular. But if y'all didn't know, there's a bunch of new clown cards that got leaked. The concept of this archetype is that any monster that you have from the extra deck, if it is tributed, it has the effect that it will return all the monsters of that same type on the field and in the graveyard to the extra deck. So I suppose this deck plays as kind of like a board-breaking control gameplay deck. And from what it seems like off the trap cards, you get to just roll. So you can cheat them out with the spell card. But you can also cheat them out with the trap card. So it sounds like you just keep doing clown shenanigans. And then you have Clown Clan at New Phase, which seems to be like their actual, like, kind of like engine card. Which will allow you to recycle your Clown Clan extra deck monsters, draw an additional card, and if you tribute summon a monster, this is also back row haste. I honestly don't have as strong of like a distaste for Castilla as the average Yu-Gi-Oh player. Because I've only really dealt with Castilla in Macedonia since I only started playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Macedonia came out. So I don't have the same gripes as the average individual. So chat, I will say, considering that we have connectivity issues, this might end up being a shorter stream for us. It might only be like a 2-hour stream. Like, if we're having connectivity issues, there's no way we're gonna make it to me. I think this archetype could be pretty interesting. It locks you out of using effects of monsters from the extra deck. But if you pair it with something that doesn't care about the extra deck, I can see that being pretty strong. You also can't activate the effects of monsters special summoned from the deck, but that doesn't stop monsters that are special summoned from the hand. So clearly that means that you can run Castilla with this. That's clearly what this means. As Konami intended, chat. Maybe Ritual Swap, you got hit with the eyes? Welcome back. I could have made the funniest joke in the whole world about you pointing out the clown pool feels like a mid-2000s name for something and you being none the wiser. Oh man. That sure is was. We'd have. Maybe Ritual Swap? I don't know. I think there's a lot of different decks you could run with. Chat, really quick, let's do our patented mid-hour check. So how I want to understand, what does that mean? That means we refresh Mastered War, and clearly maintenance will be over early. Of course it! How could it not be over early? Man, that's waste. Who could have anticipated? I think the most interesting one to me is going to be seeing how people try to use this. Like, this one is clearly one of the most splashable ones. This one is also pretty interesting. Because a lot of synchro decks tend to build really wide synchro boards. So this one has a wide use application. Update, chat, update. I've been told that they also messed up another thing on the translation, which is Who versus Clan. So now I'm going to think that this is kind of malicious. I know we walked away and said, okay, we'll give them the benefit of the doubt. That, like, sure, it's phoneticized as Kawaito Feisu, right? But here's the thing, chat. If the master dual translation is Clown Cool, that means they just chose to call it Clan instead of Cool. Again, I suppose... Oh, wow! Chat, it thinks I'm a woman! Look, it's Sephora. Anyway. No advertisements. You cannot distract me. We're trying to be woke right now. Okay. Like I was saying, since the actual trailer, like, it's one thing if you don't, like... Okay, who would guess that they would localize it by translating the name, like, word for word into Italian? You probably couldn't have, like, predicted that. But Clown Cool versus Clown Clan, chat, come on, come on. VTuber for streaming. Hello, MG. You're here for the yapping, MG. They got new Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Konami hates me. They've been killing my internet. This one's kind of funny though, because if you read like this one, says, well, this one tributes a monster, but this one's like, look, you can special summon a monster. And this one's like, look, you can special summon 2 monsters. And then this one's like, guess what? You can also special summon 2 monsters. It's just the... I can hear the music now, chat. I hear it now, I hear it now. Again, I understand why they called it this. Because of the phoneticization of the translated name. However, they did take artistic liberties with the first part. You never thought we would get clown support? I'm gonna be honest, I think this is its own thing. Like, the Clown Cool is its own, like, or I don't know what the original clowns do. Like, this one in particular. We were talking a lot about this one. Diablo here, Clown Cool Diablo, has the same summoning conditions as Madrigal. So I feel like there's going to be decks that try to super poly this out. This would be an interesting side deck card into like Branded or something. The problem is like you'd have to tribute it. But... Oh, hello Eli. We're never getting the Saggy the Dark Clown support. Nope, this is Clown Cool. Get out of here, Dark Clown. This is Clown Cool. You ain't rolling with our crew. You ain't no clown. Anyways. I do find this trap really interesting. Because if it's sent to the graveyard except from the field, you can place it face up on your field. So one of these actually has you discard a card. Which one is it? One of these things has you discard a card. I don't know which one. I suppose we can search it, right? Discord. Ah! yeah, you can reveal this card in your hand, add a clown card from your deck to your hand, and then discard a card. So if you open on Flare with the continuous trap, you can immediately set up the continuous trap. Yeah. Which is kind of interesting. Because that means that sets you up, like, not only for your, like, primary, like, recycle, if you do get off, like, the little clown combo, right? If you get off the clown combo trap, you get to also pop backward. Now, like, does this do anything else? No, but I suppose it's kind of neat that they built in a way to get this set. Clown Cool is interesting. I think if I had more, like, stakes in Yu-Gi-Oh! If I had more stakes in Yu-Gi-Oh! I would probably cook something, like, absolutely vile with this. But I like playing Tindango, so we don't need to do that. Angry Burger return for Poissonaire, and then add Clown Card Flare. Poissonaire searches any ritual? Really? Or is it Angry Burger that searches any ritual? Yeah, I was looking at some of these ads. They're trying to sell me fences. You know what? You make a fair point. I noticed that they... You're right. They don't have a ritual still. I suppose it's to try to lower, like, the consistency of the deck and being able to overwhelm your opponent with resources. But I don't know, kind of funky, because, like, there's no way to, like, really get this on board without already starting with one of the spells. The normal spell has an effect. 2, you can banish. Oh, okay. So I suppose then you would discard this for disposal, and then get one of these that summon monsters, and then use the effect of ritual. Is it Cupsy Whoopsie time? Josh. Okay, Josh. I have a story for you. Konami hates me. What else is new? They've been hitting my internet. They don't like that I was criticizing their localization. And I'm criticizing this website. So first I saw on their little Twitter post that they localized this thing as white face. Which then we learned that the translation is actually phonetically pronounced white professor. However, they're not out of the clear for that, because we learned that the localization for Macedon is Clown Cool, and they decided to call it Clown Clan on the fan translation, and they still use the phoneticized name. I'm just saying, this is somewhat malicious. Woke wizards need to wake up and police this, George. I also don't know if we're gonna make it to maintenance. Yeah, let's go check on maintenance. Oh man, I can't believe they're still meaning. Oh wait. So we've been yapping about the new clown cards. There's new clown cards, but like, they're their own separate archetype. They're not giving support to existing clowns. They're making new clowns. Chad, do you think one day there will be like a clown pile archetype? Like, you know how like Penguin Ninja is both a ninja card and a penguin card? Do you think one day there's going to be like a clown card that is also something else? Yeah, we're not making it to maintenance. Yeah, I'm sorry. Konami's gonna get us got on the internet before you. But we're nearly done eating. We'll keep yapping, and then I can do my productivity. Hey, the sausage McMuffin egg deal is back. Let's go. Clown Resonator? Ooh, Clown Resonator. But like, this deck directly conflicts with Red Dragon Arts. Because you wouldn't be able to activate the effects of your Red Dragon monsters. May Cupsy save our souls. Actually, okay, this is a thing to discuss. Chat, I've heard whispers on the street that we're going to be getting Yummy Snatchy semi-limited in Master Duel. It's coming in at 2 copies. You've heard Cupsy is a war criminal. I've also heard Cupsy is a war criminal. I like spelling it Cupsy S-I-E as well. I like spelling it Cupsy C-U-P-S-I-E. But I know that it's spelled with it in S-Y. But it looks cuter if you end it in pie. Cupsy, or that's not pie. But like the I-E is cuter in my opinion. I'm not going to do that clothing. I'm swatted. What is this? 2002? Meanwhile, I suppose we can take a better look at the card art now, actually, now that we're on the website. You notice how this guy has, like, a flame? I notice all the cards have this little flame. They kind of make me think of Ghost Trick monsters. You know what I mean, chat? Like, you know how the Ghost Trick monsters have, like, a little bit of decorative, like, stuff to them? I kind of like how these all have the little flame. It makes it feel kind of cohesive. I wonder what, like, the intended art direction for that was. So let's see. It looks like these guys are roughhousing. This looks like they're putting on a show or doing some kind of practice. This is whatever that thing is doing its... What is the act? What does this one do? Meteor. Like, I'm trying to, like, place all of these characters into, like... So, like, if y'all don't know, chat, in a circus, there are, like, set rules in a circus. So, like, this gal, she's probably either, like, the knife thrower or the sword swallower. A Diablo circus prop, which is a 3-sided coin. So this guy might do flips or something. Meteor. Maybe this guy is the guy... Oh, wait, he's jumping through a ring of fire. That's why he's named Meteor, I think. But then what's this? Does he do other stuff too? What's my role in this circus? I don't know if I have a role in this circus. Let's see. I know what my role on the stage is when we play a this at this. I don't know if I have a role in this circus. What do y'all think, chat? Is Sofa Core Yummy going to be good? I'm not sure. I think Yummy is relatively splashable in some degree. You think that snatching being semi-limited won't matter because you won't pull them, so you'll have to craft them, which means you'll save 30 you odd. So this I don't think is directly tied with the circus. This is her joining the circus. This is rehearsal, so that makes sense at the rehearsal. These two are the trapeze. This guy is the Wing of Fire Bozo. This one, probably the Juggler, I suppose. Maybe. Wait, okay, this one's juggling. So, like, if this guy is like the Wing of Fire and Juggler, then what does this guy do? You think that girl on New Face will be a pendulum or Link? I think she's going to be a Link. I think the only way she ends up as a pendulum monster, in my opinion, is if they print two pendulum monsters. A new version of White Professor and a new version of her. In terms of my role in this circus, am I ready for Yummy to be entirely UI? It probably is. Wouldn't be so. Maybe I can do like the high dive, chat. Maybe I can do the high dive, you know, where you dive off a platform into the water or something. Well, you know, sometimes, chat, circuses like also just like to have spectacles, so like maybe I just sit there and they're like, and now a thing you've never seen before, a talking lobster, and I just come up on stage, you know, and I do the stand-up comedy. Hey, I'm talking here, and the crowd goes nuts. Come on, chat. Come on. I'm talking here. Hello, Siku. Thank you, Siku. Thank you for supporting me, Siku. You a real one, as the kids say. That was amazing, wonderful. See, chat, see. We're so good at this. We're so good at this, chat. We're so good at this. You love Yummy, chat? Yummy is Macedor's like magnum opus in character design. They have never designed something as amazing as Cupsy ever. Yummy cards will never get better than the Yummy, like... This is their peak in character design, chat. Card design is only downhill from here. Cupsy is the greatest archetype they've ever designed. You can't force the #1 local to chat. That's crazy. Bearded lady as a lobster. Being bearded is how the toughs look on my antennae. What? How's that my role in the circus? What if I'm like, chat, you know when they have the seal come up and they like, they play an instrument or something? Maybe they have me come out and I like get on the xylophone or something. So Art's opinion. Thank you for the fall. I'm a wonderful xylophone player. Clearly. Hello. Sickness, thank you for the fall. I'm not sure which Norman numeral that is. Is that, let's see, X is that 40? Or is that 60? I'm probably You paid the UR tax for Malice and Lysil, and you didn't dismantle anything because you wanted to show someone what full power Malice Lysil 15. We're so bad at this, chat. 10-5. We're so bad. Oh, well, come on. Yente Cinco, anyway. No, like, I'm really curious what decks can take advantage of this. Like, just imagine it, chat. A super poly deck that does a little tribute on your opponent's turn and says, Brandon? Goodbye. Yummy will be 40 URs. You heard it here first. Well, you know what? Twitch chat was talking earlier. Bello did mention, like, how good do we think this is going to be in Macedor? And, I mean, I feel like this is pretty decent in Macedor, just off of the concept that you can choose which monster you're summoning. So as long as you can choose which monster you're summoning, it doesn't matter, right? Like, functionally, the issue with Macedor and playing something like, I don't know, like Dragon Capture Draw or something, is like, not everyone isn't on a dragon. But if we're going off of the virtue that, like, since you can choose which of the monsters you bring out, this is honestly pretty decent for a best of one format, because as long as they're playing something that plays into any of these archetypes, which nowadays a lot of archetypes are pretty, like, mono extra deck type. There's a handful that, like, diversify, right? But, like, you know, all the Malice monsters are Link monsters, even though there's no Link monster yet. So, maybe this will actually suffer in Macedor because they don't have Link monsters. Maybe that's the reality. It's like, until they actually get access to their Link monster, like, shuffle. Oh, Alchemist, until they get access to the Link monster shuffle, it might just, like, lose to certain decks in Macedor. Clown Cool Magic Key. We're going full circus. You know, I have a Royal Magic Key one. I've never played them before, but I do have a Royal. I suppose now that I know this one has like a ritual effect off of the rehearsal. I think this one is pretty good. She's also kind of cute, chat. Look, she has these huge ears. I think she's a bat. She's got these huge ears. Her dress is actually really cute. Like, it's a little short for my liking, but like, her little, actually, I think that's like I think she has a unicorn. But her outfit's really cute. I like the little ruffle, the bows are very cute. The colors are very nice on her. She's also got the, like, asymmetrical... If y'all don't know, I have asymmetrical tights. Well, I got one over the knee swap, and I got another one. So, like, she's also got the asymmetrical thing. Not into clowns. It's not about clowns. I'm just talking about her character design. I think they had very cute elements for her. A VTuber with asymmetrical socks. I think there's some people with regular socks. What are we looking at? We're looking at the newest archetype, Clown Coup. Clown Coup is the proper translation. So this is Clown Coup Bianca Viso. Currently phoneticized in kanji as Howaito Feiso. Take that how you will. Is the main deck monster for this, well, other than the ritual, for this archetype. And it can tribute itself by tributing one of the listed monsters. Am I American? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I live in SoCal. Oh, Red Power, come on. The more important ones is, so if we go back to these, this makes it a little bit easier to like look at everything. So this is Clown Coup Flare. And basically the whole gimmick of Clown Coup is if the Clown Coup card is tributed, you're able to shuffle all of that monster type on the field and in the graveyard into the deck. So it's kind of like a board breaker. So if you tribute Flare, you'll be able to shuffle all rituals. If you tribute Diablo, you can shuffle all of your fusion monsters. One thing to note about Diablo is if you do fusion it out instead of cheating it out, it is two monsters with the same attribute with different types. So this is a light beast typing for Super Poly. A Beast Warrior, which means, chat, you know what this means? Tri-Brigade is so back, chat. Super Poly in Tri-Brigade, stronger than ever, clearly. Clearly! Hello, Aegon, how are you? No Yu-Gi-Oh! Monsters, a new Yu-Gi-Oh! Anime for this one. This is Meteor. Meteor is the single monster. Lets you return all single monsters on field and graveyard extra deck. They have Clown Coup Devils, which is a rank 3 XZ. Rank 3 X. Anyway, if you somehow tribute this guy, you can return all extra deck monsters on the field and graveyard to the extra deck. They have some cute little spell and trap cards that go along with this. So we have Clown Coup Rehearsal. It allows you to tribute a monster from the hand or field, and then add a Clown Clan Bianca Viso and Clown Clan spell a trap from your deck to your hand except for Rehearsal. You can only use the first and second effect of this card's name each once per turn. So the second effect is this is your ritual card. We have not seen Habakiri since last week. Where am I from? I'm born and raised in Southern California. New Yummy based emote. No, this is just Cupsy Sand. Y'all know Cupsy Sally. Cupsy Sand. Sand Cupsy. Yummy Sally. Y'all know this. We do this like a couple months ago in preparation. Y'all know what this is. Y'all know what this is. He's here for the emotional support. It's got the Braincell tonight. So this one's pretty interesting. So you can banish it from the graveyard, and that's your ritual engine for Flare. Then you have Matinee, and you can... Basically, you can special summon one from your extra deck or main deck. This one summons not one, but two Clown Clan monsters. So this one summons one. This one summons two. This one also summons two monsters. This one's also kind of cute. This is a continuous trap. It's a little bit like Branded Regain. If you shuffle 3 Clown Clan cards from graveyard or banishment into the deck, you can draw 1 card. So when you start banishing some of your spell and traps, you can also cycle those spells. Then if you tribute summon a monster, this becomes backbow hit. You can target other spell and traps on the field up to the number of monsters tributed for them. Destroy them. And this one's also cute. If it's sent to the graveyard except from field, you can place it face up on field. So if y'all didn't know, Flare's main effect is you can reveal Flare, add a Clown Clan card from your deck to your hand, and then discard a card. So off Flare in hand, you can immediately set up your continue. This is also like, I guess you could just foolish this if you wanted to. What's my favorite deck? I play an archetype called Tindangle. It's a flick-a-fleck archetype that's extremely terrible. Please never play it. And I'm probably unironically one of the best Tindangle players in the world. So yeah. And no, we haven't seen a Habakiri since last stream. Chat, the gimmick, the bit from last week was that if we saw a Habakiri get summoned, we would quit Mastodon. We spent 2 hours looking for Habakiri, and we didn't run into a single Mitsurugi player. It was ridiculous. This clown archetype looks kinda cute though, but to my point earlier, chat, I think the problem with this having success in Mastodon is that Link monsters are a very popular archetype. Whether it's just having SP Little Knight as a good extra deck option to go into, or using stuff like, you know, Spike Elf to facilitate your engine, the Fiendsmith engine. I think until they actually get their Link monster, this is going to suffer a little bit in Mastodon. But to the point that there's no Link monster, this does look like an archetype intended to find a home in Genesis, which is pretty interesting. I think it's neat to kind of see that they're gearing stuff towards that kind of concept. If there's nothing worse, you might play this. I hope you can play Bianca Wiesel. And like maybe Meteor. Meteor is kind of like... I also really like that they have this like border here. It makes me like, you know, me... So the Ghost Trick cards kind of have like that, like, you see how the Ghost Trick cards have like a background? Like, you see that little, God, this is a terrible picture of Alucard, holy. And you see how the Ghost Trick cards have like this little background? It reminds me of the Ghost Trick cards, because they all have this little like skull motif border. This golden border with skulls and jewels, which is kind of cute. I kind of like that. I don't know if you see that on a lot of cards, but it does make them feel like a little special. I also really like the framing on this one, like the composition for the like Devil Twins, very cool. One thing to note though is when you summon any Clown Crew monsters, you cannot activate the effects of monsters special summoned from the deck or extra deck until the end of the next turn. So this is to kind of keep the power level on them low. You get locked out of anything special from deck or the extra deck. But that doesn't stop anything from hand. So if you can splash this with something that comes out from hand, it doesn't matter. Hello, Katie. Welcome on in. Hi, hi. Are those hearts? Someone's giving me hearts on YouTube. Look at that. That's cool. Oh, I'm interested to see what people do with this archetype. I'm interested to see if it will find, like, interest in any kind of slash ability, or if it's just going to be its own little thing. New archetype. Okay, Ari. Meet Clown Crew. This is Bianca Wiesel. Also phoneticized in Japanese as quite the facial. So please just call him Bianca Wiesel. So this bozo plays around with the rest of these bozos. This is Flash, she's a ritual. This is Diablo, it's a fusion. This is Meteor. And this is Devil. So if we hop back over here just to kind of look at everything. Flare, if she's tribute summoned, shuffles all ritual monsters on the field and in the graveyards into the deck. If you tribute summon Diablo, you return all fusion monsters on the field and in the graveyards into the extra deck. Also, similar summoning condition to Mud. You kind of see where this is going, right? This is Meteor. Meteor, if tribute summoned, returns all single monsters on the field and graveyard to the extra deck. And this is Clown Cool Devils. Rank 3 XC. If you happen to tribute Clown Clan Clown Cool Devils, you return all Xyz monsters on the field and in the graveyard to the extra. Now you're probably thinking, well Sam, they have a ritual monster. Do they have a ritual spell? They do and they don't. They don't have a ritual spell. However, the second effect of Clown Clan Rehearsal Engraved and Clown Crew Rehearsal Engraved is that you can banish it and initiate your ritual summon. But you can only use it to ritual summon a Clown Clan ritual monster. This bear when opponent tribute summons Angel07, returning 2/3 of the fusion special summon and Xyz monsters on your field. It's pretty neat. The rest of them do something kind of funny. So this one summons 1 Clown Clan monster. This one summons 2 Clown Clan monsters. Could you guess what the trap does? That's right, it summons 2 Clown Clan monsters. And then they have a branded regain. Pretty much it looks like it's kind of a control playstyle that board breaks by saying goodbye to all your opponents' monsters. And then Bianca Viso, his effect is just that he can tribute summon 1 monster. I think you can also naturally tribute him by doing 2. He draws based on how many monsters were tributed for the summon. Or you can negate the effect of face-up cards your opponent controls equal to the number of monsters tributed. And once per turn during your opponent's main phase, which is why you want to get him into rotation, you can immediately after this effect resolves, tribute summon 1 monster. You wish Yu-Gi-Oh! Had actual control deck. I mean, they try. They definitely try. It's probably not the kind of control you think it is, but I mean, mid-range control is still control, chat, okay? Mid-range control is still control. Like, look. Chat, hot take. Modern Dragon Link is just more mid-range control than it's ever been, okay? There's a lot of mid-range control decks in Yu-Gi-Oh! A lot more than you all would think. Everyone thinks that Dragon Link is a combo deck. It's not a combo deck, it's mid-range control. Just because you can combo in the deck doesn't mean it's fundamentally a combo deck. Whether or not the deck has an intended playstyle outside of the combo is what decides what kind of deck it is. I'm really passionate about this. Also, in my opinion, I think combo decks have like a set intended end board versus Or like ideally a couple intended end boards. Like obviously there's a couple more diverse combo decks. Like Branded is very diverse in what their end boards could be. But like fundamentally like it's Salad, right? If you're playing Salad, you usually end on the same stuff. I would hope. Yeah, I'm not a very practiced Salad player, so don't lynch me over this. Control decks in Yu-Gi-Oh! End up evolving into floodgates, I suppose. No, I also think that like in some ways Black Wings is also kind of control. It's just like a poorly created control based on like yes, I understand that it's burn damage. But I think burn damage also kind of works as control in its own way. It's better than like oh god, I forget the name. What's Cat, the Ice Barrier monster, the one actually good Ice Barrier monster. The level 6 discard a club also. Or he level 7. Doesn't matter. The one that people actually use. No, not Billionaire. No, the main deck monster that imposes on your opponent the effect in which they must discard a card in order to resolve the effect. Anywho, like that's something where it's like it's an intended control card that ends up becoming kind of like a floodgate and all. It's hard to define on. Also, oh my god, chat, look at this art. She's tiny. Bianco Viso's like literally standing next to her. She's so small. Chat, look how small the back girl is. She's tiny. Holy. Yeah, General Waiho was on. Like example, like Goatee is kind of a weird control there. But some people would act like Goatee's a flood. It's like fundamentally they're different, chat. They're different, alright? They're fundamentally different. Okay? Oh, hello, Green Rise. Welcome on in. Have a gorgeous day, boy. Thank you. Me and the Sand Cupsy. Cupsy Sand, I don't know. The chat, what do we name this thing? We're having a grand old time. It has the The sausage egg McMuffin deal is back. Let's go! God, these advertisements, they're kind of going on me. You know, I think most people hate advertisements. I don't mind advertisements if they're, like, funny or appealing. Because at least, like, if I have to spend the time, like, interacting with them. Because I am forced to. Yeah, at least they're, like, palatable. Well, so, like, the proper localization for Master is they're actually Clown Cool. These are, like, fan translations. Master has them listed as Clown Cool, so we're calling them Clown Cool. Weird art design? I like the art design. I like that they have this cute little border. I think it's interesting that they're going for, like, I mean, it's a circus, so, like, obviously there's, like, quotes. I kind of like that, like, they're not entirely, like, humanoid. Like, I wonder what, like, the individual, like, circus goers are inspired by. Like, what kind of animal is medium? It took you a minute to realize the Xyz monster's legs are reversed and they have a big mouth on their tummy? I think that's a mouth on their tails, but I suppose we can inspect the other artwork they come in. I'm pretty sure that's on their tail. There's a mouth on their tail, and I think their legs are regular legs. I think it's just the angling in that, I think it's just the angling in that particular, like, artwork that makes you feel that way, because they're on the trapeze. So, like, this is the proper anatomy. The legs are just, like, very bent. And this one actually probably might also be the proper anatomy. They're just trapeze artists. It's the tail. Yeah, if you want to who I'm talking to, Twitch chat, we're talking to you too. You had to learn people actually see advertisements. You don't like the flame in the art? I am kind of a fan. I'm a fan because it reminds me of Ghost Trick. Like, Ghost Trick has a flame as well on all of the Ghost Trick, like, monsters. God, this is a terrible picture of Jack Claus. God, this is a terrible picture of Spec. I'm gonna stop looking at this. You hate advertising until your last laugh. Like, fundamentally, I don't like advertisements, but, like, I don't know. I suppose, like, I've come to live with the concept of advertising. They either twisted their head or tail? Maybe. I think they're just naturally contortionists. Like, they're trapeze artists and probably also contortionists. Just like how Meteor is both the, like, fire wing goer and also the, like, juggler. I wonder if we'll get, like, real lore for them, or if we're just going to have to, like, imply the lore. It looks like Flair is doing her makeup. And her makeup gives her, let's see, her makeup is like 2 stars on her eyes. Oh, last fight. Versus like the single, oh wait, no. Bianco Viso also has 2 stars on his eyes. He just has 2 dark stars. Versus she has 2 light stars on her eyes. Yeah, we're still looking at the clown deck, of course. I don't know what much else could be said about the clown deck, but yes, we're still looking at it. You just want to exist without being sold some kind of product for 1 minute. That's why, chat, go purchase Celestial. I'm just kidding. Go purchase Celestials. Purchase Celestials. The trap is Flair? So this is New Face. Flair is the little bat girl. New Face is the name of the trap. So I'm assuming, I don't know if she has a name or not. I don't know if she has a name or not, but you can see Bianco Viso fleeing her here. And then Flair, which is the little ritual bat girl, does her makeup. I guess we've kind of been like inspecting the art. And there's a couple like unnamed ones as well. Like there's the matinee. Yeah, like I'm not entirely sure who or oh wait. That's oh, that's Diablo. Okay. I'm not really sure what Diablo's like position in the circus is. Because I really don't know a lot about circuses. upon reading more, this isn't Goblin support. No, Ollie, it's not Goblin support. True. Alestro's mentioned. Let's go! Entertainment for Eldritch? They do have Abyss Actor vibes, I agree. Though they play a lot different than Abyss Actors. Big fan of Abyss Actors. I'm actually a really good Abyss Actors players. I don't like the concept of pendulums, but the pendulum decks that I do play don't play like pendulum decks at all. Well, hey, Goblins have a spell that tributes, so you can trigger the rank 3. Cool. Abyss Actor, Trickstar, but Dwarfer. True, they kinda do have Trickstar energy. Trickstars are a little bit more devious, though. They burn. Never cross a woman. Why is Orlosh shouting me out? Pause chat, let's do the thing where we tune into the Orlosh stream. Why are we talking about Sand Sally? Okay, whatever. Bye-bye? What do you mean bye-bye? We still got clown cards to talk about. They have the Trickstar border? Here, let's go look at Trickstar play. Oh, I guess Trickstars also have borders. God, that's a terrible picture of Aquaman. This is an okay picture of Liverpool. Let's see. Interesting. Though I will say Trickstars seem to have more personalized borders. If you notice, Lilybell had a Lily of the Valley. Nightshade, I'm assuming, has Nightshade. No more clowns. What do you mean no more clowns? Fine. Woman! We're looking at woman. Chat, are you happy? We're looking at woman. Chat, rejoice. Woman. Is this not what you wanted, chat? Do y'all not want woman? I am not going to do a survey. How dare you try to get me to do a survey? Which chat, you're gonna head into something. Well, like, all the clown cards have the exact same border. That's why y'all thought you could escape the clowns. Y'all can't. Border. Well, okay, do they have the same border? I guess the gem? Are the gems different or the same? There might not even be gems. I think that's just the effect on some. Bottom. 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 I think it's cute that the Trickstar monsters have, like, the different flowers. I think it's very cool. Boss Club, also a type of flower. No, we're not going to look at common. No, they're different flowers. Look at Narcissus, right? Narcissus has a flower with 3 blooms. Fundamentally, if you look at Candina, Candina has other flowers. Canada has different flowers, okay? Y'all don't understand. This has more effort than the other borders. They put different flowers into the corners. That's like a unique detail, chat. Maybe y'all don't appreciate it, but I appreciate it, okay? I appreciate that they put in a little bit of effort to make it coordinated with the type of flower or like, you know, flora they have. Economy check? But we already did an economy check. Well, I suppose we could check the economy again. I suppose we can check the economy again.
Sandwiched on a dragon scale, and that's what started dragging nails. Around the room the rulers flew, but Sansely knew what to do. She climbed on the backs of her dragon friends, now the adventures never end. Dragon nails, it's almost time for dragon nails. God, why did you buy them out? Let's all get some dragon nails.
Shout out to Skyhook. Chat, let's go check the marketplace of dragon nails. After spending nearly 2 hours talking about clown cards, do you think the marketplace of dragon nails has changed at all? Let's find out. Let's refresh our page for posterity. Oh my god, wait, the market price of dragon nails did change. Holy. Chat, when we checked it like an hour ago, it was 26 cents. We're at 27 cents now. Holy chat. The market price of dragon nails has changed. Huge chat. Dragon nails is going up, chat. The economy, chat. It is only going higher, chat. It is only going higher. Dragon nails to the moon. Buy now, chat. Buy dragon nails, clearly. Huge day for dragon nails. Within the hour, chat. Within the hour. Amazing. Spectacular. Big day for dragon nails. Big day for Sansely, chat. Economy up, chat. Economy up by 1 cent in the past hour. Clearly, if this trend continues, chat, and the price of dragon nails increases by 1 cent an hour. I'm just kidding. Chat, market price of dragon nails went up by 1 cent. Snake Eyes cards have a border? I don't think Snake Eyes cards have a unique border. I think they just all have similar, like, effects. Where they all have, like, fiery flame effects. You would think that the clowns would be illusion or spellcaster monsters, of course not. That makes far too much. Wait, what's the current market price for Snake Eyes? If I wanted to get fancy Snake Eyes play. What's the market price trend on? Poplar used to be 60, we're down at $10. Still not in a price range that I would want to purchase, but I suppose better than that. Hello, Noxel. Is maintenance still going on? Let's find out, chat. We get to do our favorite bit of the stream. Are y'all emotional? Oh man, I can't believe there's still maintenance going on. Oh, look, Snake Eye Poplar. What's the most expensive Snake Eye? I guess Poplar. Okay, chat, does anyone actually use Snake Eye's Vengeance Dragon? I don't keep up with the new Snake Eye stuff. The quarter-century Flamboyage is affordable. Hello, Flamboyage. You could get a platinum secret, which I'm not sure if people really care for that. You could get a very shiny Flamboyage for pretty affordable. Where's Snake Eye at? There's Snake. How about that? It's until 2 AM when you sleep. Oh yeah. It's a good target for Crimson Dragon. I suppose. Yeah, what's the current price of Tendangle cards? Have Tendangle cards changed in price at all? No. Okay, chat, can we discuss something? Acute Cerberus. I do not have a shiny version of my boss monster. Like, the only hollow Tendangle card is literally Jelly. Everything else is common. Well, okay, the holes. Like, Jelly and the holes are the only foil cards in Tendangle. You cannot just give me Tendangle on paper and not put Acute Cerberus in a nice rarity or something. It's ridiculous. Ridiculous. Are we ready for Yummy? Oh, hello, Miss Otaku. I'm not sure. We got San Cupsy in the backseat right now. She has the Braincell tonight. Say hi, San Cupsy. Alright. Enough out of you. But yeah, can we discuss how I don't even have my Ace monster in a nice rarity? It's just common. For $2 we get the entire... Yeah, Tendangle's very... The most expensive part of building Tendangle is getting staples. We're so ready for Yummy. We're so emotionally prepared for Yummy. What do you mean making the whole archetype might have been a bit much? I think Zombie Clowns is a great archetype. Snake Eye Vengeance Dragon's one of the few level 12 dragon singles that require generic materials. It's mainly used as a target for Crimson Dragon to pull out another big understood. Let's go check on the market price of that Maxi. Is it the ultimate rare? Which one? There's a Maxi with an insane price. Hello, Gamer Talku. Thank you for the follow on Twitch. If you are subbing on YouTube, I apologize. I don't know how to set up notifications for that because I am terribly bad with Hawaii TCG buy and sell. Still going for $1,200. Bubble Tea Cafe for $400. Lightly Played Unlimited $475. You could get a playset from these people, I suppose. If you wanted fancy Maxi. Early Link archetypes will really hit on this, I suppose. Like, look, I know Tendangle is bad, chat. I'm not asking for Tendangle support. I'm just asking that they give me my monster in, like, a reasonable... in a reasonable rarity Exactly! There's no reason why my boss wants... Hello, Games. Thank you for the chat. There's no reason why my boss wants. It's a common printing. I have all of 2 cards in the deck. 2 cards that are foiled. Mushroom Wave. The spores are heading my way. Goodness me. Hello, Games. I get a full art Tendango cute Cerberus. There's no way they would do this. I'm just saying, okay? My archetype is underserved in paper. It's underserved in general, don't get me wrong, but particularly in paper. You know. Also, you know, chat, I was supposed to be productive. I had things to do. We should probably start doing something. We can still yap, but y'all might hear stuff in the background. Work-life balance, chat. You gotta get stuff done. They're doing full arts for a lot of cards. I don't know. I feel like they want to do full arts for cards that people actually care about. I'm the only person that cares about Tendango. Fundamentally, it's just, you know, not within their best interest. And I hope you had a good stream this. Thank you for the raid. Raiders and this. If y'all need to head out or something, get a snack, you know, y'all don't have to stick around. But for those of y'all coming in that ain't seen on Sally Cancel it for sure. I play Young Acid or the One Piece CCP. Sometimes I do art. I'm gonna be participating in the World Championship for a card game called Alestos. And one of my favorite decks in Yu-Gi-Oh! Is Tendango. So we're looking at some of those cards now, and I'm emotionally prepared for Cupsy Yummy. It is the greatest thing Matador and Konami and Yu-Gi-Oh! Has ever made. Do they not have any more Link monsters in the anime? No, this is every single Tendango one. Well, I mean, I've never watched the anime, but I'm pretty sure this is literally every single Tendango monster. I think Yummy is coming out. Maybe, I could be wrong, but we're in maintenance right now, so... It means the pack's for sure coming, you know? Look, chat, if we get a full art Tendango Cerberus, I'd be very happy, but I'm not holding out for it, you know? It's just an unrealistic expectation otherwise, and if you'll hear noises in the background, because I want to get some stuff done. Don't mind me. My alarm, goodness. Tendango is used by a character who looks like if Lovecraft was the anime character. Well, if y'all don't know, Tendango monsters are actually based on a type of kind of Lovecraftian adjacent horror from a short story called The Hounds of Tindalo. Is the maintenance because they're adding Yummy? There's usually maintenance when they add a new pack, yeah, so like... I'm pretty sure Yummy is coming with the new But also, like, chat, how could they leave my cards prominent? It's been years since they printed Tendango. I think we need a reprint with some new rarity. I don't even need support. Just print my cards shiny. It's all I'm asking for. I don't ask for much. I really don't ask for much. Finally getting a new Penguins card. Like, come on. We have opportunity. Overflame Tendango. In the wiki, they should have a list. You found out. Oh, yes. Okay, Pikachu at the museum. Pause chat. Let's talk about a Pokemon called Pikachu at the museum. A Pokemon card called Pikachu at the museum. Very funny card. Very funny card. Let me copy this. I saw this card early today. It's really funny. So this is Pikachu at the museum. It's a jumbo promo card. If you purchase a gift from the Natural History Museum, they start moving it around January 26th. You can also get it from retailers in the UK, apparently starting January 30th. But if y'all look at like the first ability, it says, search your Pokemon TCG collection for a Pokemon. Reveal it and put it into your hand. What a silly little card, huh? Tindangle Angel is based on Blue Angel and Tindangle Hound is based on the probably something like that. Again, chat, I haven't really watched the anime, so I'm not entirely sure. But like the only Tindangle monster that is like directly based on anything entirely from the original source material outside of using the name is Tindangle Hound, which is a reference to the original source material, the Hounds of Tindolo, which features these creatures, these demonic Tindolos hounds, which basically, Chad, Tindangles exist, well, the Hounds of Tindolos exist in the corners and spaces of the fabric of the universe. So every angle, every corner they find. They're Eldritch Horrors, so they're beyond human comprehension. Incomprehensible horrors, one of my favorite things. One of my favorite things. What's the cat? Oh, I think they're adding Yummy soon. It might not come out right away, but I think they will add the pack dating for sure. Blue Angel is the girl that uses Marine Sense. It starts after 1 more hour and 36 minutes. Tindangles being outside a flame would be more accurate. Ooh. You haven't seen Brains either, you're just thinking of the Hounds. Yeah, I haven't watched Brains. But I do think I'm really valid in being like, come on, like, why isn't my boss monster a foil? Not even Tindangle Hounds a foil. It's like, okay, I will admit, Jerry and the Holes are like 2 of the most important engine cards, don't get me wrong. Like everything else is a common. I'm not okay with that. Everyone thinks DDD Arctic had 2 animation summons. I mean, have you looked at Sky Strikers and how many animations Sky Strikers has? What are the deck? Okay, well, like, okay, technically, I guess now Invoke has it, right? Or is it Bandit? Okay, for the longest time, chat, for the longest time, Sky Strikers was the only deck that had an animation for, like, a card that wasn't a monster. They have an animation on Engage, and I think one more. Why is there Chandra in the corner? Whoa, 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 whoa. This is Tempai Dragon Chandra. Tempai Dragon Chandra. Don't listen to them, Chandra. Don't listen to them, Chandra. He's here for the emotional support. He's not doing anything wrong. He's just there. What did he do? What did he do to you? What did Chandra do to you that Yummy isn't going to do to you? Is the guy in rehearsal Bianco Viso? Oh boy, chat, we get to look back at the clown cards. Yeah, so in rehearsal, we have pictures of the Devil Twins, Flair, and Bianco Viso. I'm pretty sure that's just him without his performer makeup on. He knows what he did. Well, he's just here for. He's hanging out, chat. He ain't hurting anyone. He's alright. He's in his lane, moisturized, living his best life. Alright. Senpai Dragon Chandra. Chandra, they're just being haters. Don't listen to that. Okay, what has Chandra done that Hydra didn't enable, okay? What has Chandra done that Hydra didn't enable? Everyone blames Chandra. Everyone blames Chandra. Chandra's just a tuner. Chandra needs another monster to do anything. Alright. It's not just Chandra, okay? Everyone blames Chandra. It's not just Chandra. It's not just Chandra. I don't know. I think Clown Crew is an interesting archetype. I like the art. It's neat. I'm a fan of Clown Crew. I don't know if I'm gonna play them, but you know what? They're neat. They're cool. I like them. More clowns! More clowns! More Tindango! Give it all to us. Give us all to us now, chat. Tindango support. Clown Crew support. Heck it! Abyss Actors support. Where's my Abyss Actors card, huh? Where's my Abyss Actors card? 36 minutes. I don't know if we're gonna make it that far. I think Konami's gonna hit my internet again. So we're gonna hang out. We're gonna talk about Tindangos and doing some stuff to be productive in the background. Spectacular evening. My Braincell all-time low, and that's fine. It's fine. We'll be alright. Sam Cupsy's in the driver's seat. Surely she has her license. With eyes like that, I'm sure she can see everything on the road. I don't know, chat. What are you excited for the new cards coming international? Are you going to play Cupsy Yummy? Are you still going to play Draco? Are you going to continue to play Mitsurugi? What are y'all going to do? What are y'all going to do? I think there's some other support too, but like, come on, Cupsy Yummy. Who cares about this? 500 years, Cupsy. 500 years, Cupsy. You really want to draw Clown Crew? You totally should. They seem neat. It's a different time zone. Well, I'm just saying, I don't know if I'm gonna make it 31 minutes. Massacles, they hate me. You're still waiting for K9. Yummy Sulfur Cord, you wanna see Sulfur Cord with your agent deck. You're excited for Love in the Clips, but that's a different game. What about a field spell? Tindango does have a field spell. Can't see his crimes because he commits them in the damage step. What? Chat, the damage step is a very complicated step, alright? The damage step in Yu-Gi-Oh! Is a complicated step. Also, like, I can't believe y'all tried to gaslight me into thinking that, like, just because it listed what type of monster, Bianco Viso would be able to, like, kaiju the opponent's board. I can't believe y'all tried to gaslight me. Waste. Like, I'm not upset, I'm just surprised. Okay, I'm not upset, I'm not angry, I'm just surprised. You have you know how the damage step works? Okay, chat. I have a theory. Y'all may hate me for this. I have a theory that no one actually knows how Small World works. And that Master Rule just does it for people. Like, no one actually knows how Small World works. Master Rule just automates the Small World process. I'm the real Yummy. Hello, dude. Oh, true, that's right. K9. A lot of people are waiting for K9. They're also very popular in the TCG. I'm just saying, chat, y'all could own the Tindango core for like less than $2. Just assuming they all come from the same seller. I'm just saying, people don't know how small would work, fundamentally. I'm convinced people don't know how the card actually works. They just pretend they know how it works, because the game does it for them. Like, I'm gonna be honest, chat. I started playing Yu-Gi-Oh! When Master Duel came out. I don't know if I would, like, be into Yu-Gi-Oh! And enjoy it as much if I had to learn Yu-Gi-Oh! On paper. Because the game is really complicated. And so a lot of, like, my learning the rules is just, like, being taught it in Master Duel. And, like, yeah, it's also convenient that it, like, reminds me of certain effects and triggers. But, like, sometimes there's rulings in Master Duel, it's like, well, I had no idea that you could ask that. I had no idea you would be able to, like, activate this chord effect at this junction. But I think Master Duel has done a really good job of making the game, like, accessible to new players. Well, like, here's the thing. Even if you don't know the why, like, the results at least help. You're gonna be adding Yummy to your Nemorilia Madolce deck to make a dessert. I don't know how splashable that is, but good luck with that, Erwin. I'm sure it will go great. Surely. Well, actually, is that a conflict of interest because Nemorilia wants to be the only card in the extra deck? Yeah. I mean, you're already on the Madolce, so I suppose at that point, like, does it really matter? You also only play in Master Duel. You used to collect IRL, but it gets expensive. Oh yeah, that too, chat. Like, the game can be kind of expensive sometimes. Like, I understand that if you have a lot of the staple cards, you're not always spending a lot of money. But if you're trying to get into the game, or like, even in the past recent years, like the Mortami's coming out, SK Little Knight coming out, the Dwarveness cards coming out, like, there's some expensive cards that have been, like, you know, out and about that are staples fundamentally. Like, even if you're not shelling out for, like, the newest cards, like, you know, you still do want to have, like, the up-to-date staple cards, if you can help it. You could totally play without them, like, it's not impossible. I suppose if you, like, wanted to keep up with them. Which, like, you know, inherently, like, here's the other thing. On the flip side, chat is, like, inherently Yu-Gi-Oh! Is a hobby. So, like, yeah, hobbies do cost money. So, like, you know, Master Duel is a really good middle ground. Master Duel is, like, a great, like, in-between. It's like you have plenty of people to play with, because there's always people queuing online. You can totally play it free-to-play. Like, I pretty much am free-to-play. And I have over 30 unique decks. I understand if you're trying to keep up with every single deck that releases, it's a little hard, but, like, I have over 30, probably closer to, like, 40-something unique decks. Which I actively have, like, around almost 35 of them built in Master Duel that I don't disenchant. And, like, I'm doing pretty alright. The only reason why it looks like I'm low on materials is because, like, I actively build decks for chat. Because of, like, my redeems or, like, prizes from, like, tournaments. So, you know. Like, if it weren't for the fact that I do a build a deck redeem, and then I do, like, tournament deck lists, like, I build your winning tournament deck in Master Duel stuff, I probably would have no issues with gems at all. I probably would be super rich in Master Duel if it weren't for the fact that, like, I probably on average build 1 to 2 decks for myself in a year. When, like, I average about building 10 decks in a year, I probably only build 1 for myself. Maybe 2 if it's a good year. And like some of the decks like that I have to build for like that stuff isn't like they're usually affordable. Like I have Suship. Suship is affordable, but like, you know, stuff like Salad isn't like it's not as expensive as Granted. It's not super cheap either. Like the Ghostwick extra deck, yeah, don't get me started on the Ghostwick extra deck. Ghostwick is so expensive, but it feels like almost no reason. Ghostwick's very expensive to have to master. I suppose at that point, like again, it is what it is. Again, if you're hearing background noise or like little noises, put them in. And no, we're not doing one again. But like, all in all, Master Duel is a great tool for the game. Like, genuinely, I enjoy using it. Even when people have like very strong opinions on Master Duel and like the format, I really don't even like. Again, it's probably because I'm like more of a casual player. Like, I don't even really hate the format that much. I don't think I've ever like actively said, "Wow, this Master Duel format sucks." Because like I'm not like playing in or with the format. I play WoW, you know? Like, what does it matter to me if like Braincell is popular? Like, the only stakes I have with Mitsurugi being popular is that they can maybe tribute my Tendengo monsters. And even then, it's just like, whatever. And like, sure, sometimes when Bestials get popular, it makes it a little bit harder to get Tendengo. Yeah, you know, this is how the game is sometimes. Stuff changes all the time, things move around. You're not new. Like, I also understand that, like, if you are a more competitive player, you kind of don't like some of the games that end up in Master Duel. That's totally valid, very valid, you know. You don't believe Yummy is a powerful deck that will disrupt the meta? I don't know. So, like, here's the thing, chat. Sometimes stuff in paper, when it comes to Master Duel, whether it's because it's pre-hit or because Master Duel is a best of one, sometimes the stuff that comes to Master Duel isn't as good as people think it is. And sometimes the stuff that comes to Master Duel is exactly as good as people think it is, if not better because of the best of one format. So it's really hard to say until we see how people end up building the cards. Have I tried Core Stuff Inc? What is Core Stuff Inc? Hello, I'm safe. I don't know what that is. Why did I say no? Like, you know, I'm just yapping. Not like a lot of my, again, take what I say about Yu-Gi-Oh with a grain of salt. Like, I play the game, but I'm not a very competitive player. So I look at everything through a very, like, casual lens. So, you know, obviously some of my opinions, like, aren't great for the overall health of the game. And nor does it, like, reflect everything that's happening on the game. Lord. I have no, like, big authority in any way to really have, like, informed opinions on Yu-Gi-Oh, but I do think like I'm still allowed to have opinions, you know? It's like TCG player but a single LGS. I actually don't play paper. I play Master Duel. I'm just looking at my favorite archetype on paper because I was complaining about how like my boss wants is a Kwame Punti. I play Tendengo. So, like, it's really not that expensive to have. I have Tendengo on paper. Fun little fact that most people don't realize. I do have Tendengo on paper. You thought I was wailing on paper cards. No, we're just looking at cards because Master Duel on me. I appreciate it. Yeah, I suppose if y'all want to look at another option for buying singles online, y'all can check out Cool Stuff Inc. I know there's a bunch of other card shops that also link singles. I suppose until I actually get sponsored by one of these quad shops that allegedly sell singles online, I'm not gonna show them too hard or something. I don't have any of that stuff, I guess, particularly towards reinforced. They exist. They're out there somewhere. Oh, hi. Welcome on in. Welcome on into Twitch as well, by the way. Hi. I do appreciate when y'all have similar usernames in between the platforms. I'm not upset at people that have different usernames. I just feel kind of bad sometimes. Because, like, people will be like, oh yeah, I'm this person on this platform. And I'm like, I'm so sorry. I have the memory of, like, a middle-aged sparrow. It's a little bit longer than, like, a goldfish. And not as good as a squirrel. Which, by the way, chat, it's a myth that squirrels have bad memory. Squirrels are really good at hiding their stash. They're really good at hiding their stash to the point where, like, they will trick other squirrels by fake hiding their stash. And they actually use multiple vantage points to triangulate and remember where they hide things by using landmarks in their location and the angle in which they can see the different heights of these landmarks to remember where they bury their nuts. Squirrels are very intelligent. And don't allow propaganda to tell y'all otherwise. Now, maybe they're not as smart as corvids or, like, cephalopods or, like, some mammals will, like, you know, like, give them some credit, alright? They're pretty darn good. You've been some version of clothing everywhere for a decade. Fair enough. Thank you for the headset. You've been mainly playing Macedon recently. You used to mainly play Paper and your favorite decks were Malice, Yummy, and Heroes. I like playing Tindingle, Penguins, and Blender Patrol. But I have over 40 unique decks. I'll play anything from Ghost Rick to Maya, Toshi to Vendred to Super Quantums. I have Resonators, I have Bolty, we have Twigstar, Trap Twix, 2023 Rika Sun Avalon. Gosh, we have so many different decks. I'm a big fan of Shark XPs. I know how to play Susha. I'm not too shabby at Abyss Actors. I know a little bit of Val Monica. I recently got taught this past year how to play Pirelli. What else do we have? I'm a big fan of Board Up. If y'all have ever heard of Board Up, I think it's kind of cute. I have a deck called South by Surprise, which is pretty much the Crystal Beast monsters create a line into Tri-Brigade that dips into Branded. And the deck kind of died because its end board was Apple into Revo. So unfortunately the deck kind of died. What else do we have? I have to learn how to play MathNet because of a thing I do on with the community. I don't know how often we'll do these, but a new concept I want to do with some of my community tournaments is the winning deck list of the tournament is the deck that I build and play in Yu-Gi-Oh! Macedon. So it's encouraging people to like play their favorite decks rather than showing up and trying to win the like tournament with like whatever one-of-the-mill meta cards they have to play. Squirrel smarter than the average chatter. I can't speak for the chatters. I shall speak on behalf of squirrels. Give the squirrels some credit, alright? Give the squirrels some credit. Just a reminder, I do read YouTube chat. The reason why you don't see it come up on stream is because allegedly, according to Twitch TOS, I'm not supposed to have it on the screen, but like, I see other people do it, so I don't know, chat. Every day I'm tempted. Every day I'm tempted. What happens if Twitch is not? And at this point, we talked about it too much to have like plausible deniability. Like, oh, we didn't know that was one's gonna steal it. We talked about it too much, chat. We dug our grave ourselves. It's really up in the air if you'll get some streams from me this weekend. I'm really busy doing so much. But if I'm around it, I have well, you know where to find me. If not, you know, it is what it is. We'll just back to regular schedule stuff next week. Chat. We should do that thing where we check if maintenance has ended early. Aw, man. Oh well. Oh, I also like playing like I play pure Ice Barrier, but like old school Ice Barrier. Like I don't have lands left. I even want Numbing Club of the Ice. It is not a well constructed deck. Twitch TOS enforcement is a joke. You feel like they'll let anything slide? I mean, yeah, that's like the thing. Is like I'm sure there's a lot of stuff I could get away with. I don't know. Wait, I dropped something. Watch thing. I wasn't so clumsy. Okay, well that's lost to the abyss. I can't find it. But yeah, so like, you know, I don't want to try to. I suppose we won't risk it, but like also like, man, other people do it. Pretty much everyone does it. What, are they gonna do, arrest us all? The answer might just be yes, don't test it. Which reminds me, another thing we have to do is update our Celestial's panel. I want to do a cute doodle in case anyone wants to use our Celestial's to support the channel and buy. Which, for those of y'all who are new, if y'all don't know, I like to play a card game called Celestials. It's even on TCG Player. One of my favorite cards is this guy called Sundial. I think I have over 1,000 copies of Sundial now. But if you ever end up finding yourself at an Celestials event, I tend to be there. You're probably thinking, well, Sam, what are you doing there? What does Sundial have to do with the Celestials? If you find me at an Celestials event, you can trade me a Sundial for a cute little ribbon. And the reason why I'm bringing this up is for those of y'all who are new, if y'all don't know, I play this card game a lot. I'm not too shabby at it. I will be competing in the World Championship later this year. So I suppose I would hope y'all cheer me on. I do hope to be World Champion. I don't think I can bring Sundial to my deck to World, unfortunately. Just because the card really doesn't have the kind of win that I'm looking for. But who knows, yeah. Meta could change. Meta could always change. It's a neat little game. It's very similar to Yu-Gi-Oh! I wouldn't like market it as a Yu-Gi-Oh! Replacement. I think it's just like similar. The most interesting thing about the game is they have a 40 card main deck and a 20 card Spirit deck. The Spirit deck is functionally like a mana deck. However, your mana also doubles as your life, so the resource system is very unique. It's an elemental based game with 8 different elements. And you have 20 spirits, so you can run any spirit colors that you'd like. So, unlike some TCGs that like color lock you, you can mix and match if you want. Have a little rainbow deck or one mono, however you feel like. I have fun deck building in it. I am probably known as one of the most jank players in the game, at least like in a competitive space. My favorite deck is a deck called 15s that essentially, how it works with the spirit is for any celestial to have its effect, it has to be properly enchanted, which means you have to use the same mana color, spirit color for it to work. Otherwise, they're normal monsters until maybe they get the right spirit color, depending on the effect. So kind of like a Gemini summon, but not a little bit. It's kind of like a weird line, but I have fun with it. It's kind of neat, kind of interesting. It's really like cheap to get into. The cards are very affordable, so that's like kind of an appeal for me. I used to play the One Piece TCG kind of competitively. I don't know, the game is kind of expensive. I suppose my like claim to fame in One Piece TCG is like participating in North American nationals or whatever. If you're not familiar with One Piece TCG, it's been a hot minute since I've played. I am known for playing Red Queen. I'm also not too shabby of an Icebolt player, I suppose. I like playing Icebolt. I think throughout most card games, I am a player that finds herself on mid-range control a lot. That is kind of how I played Red Queen Law, though I made it a little bit more active. What are the deck archetypes in Celestials like? It depends on the deck. So here, for example, let's go to the Conadal starter deck. And then I'm going to look up a card called Medusa. So in the starter deck for Celestials, you have cards like Conadile, which I don't know why I expected to like show us a set list, but let's just go back to Celestials. So Celestial's newest set is called Divine Champions. This set being Livestream. Celestial's first 4 sets set up the game. And Celestial has a cute little mechanic called like Champions now. And so basically what Champions are the Hello. Twitch chat, YouTube chat. Testing. Sansely. Testing. 1, 2, 3. Testing. Sansely coming in. We're back. I told you we wouldn't make it to maintenance without them shutting down the stream chat. This is ridiculous. Well, welcome back, everyone. I wanted to reconnect just so I could say bye to you all. I think this is a sign that we probably should wrap it up for the evening, because, like, clearly the internet service provider, Konami, Mitsurugi Habakiri, and probably the French or something, don't want us to be streaming. You're probably asking, San, why do you mention that? Well, it's a fun little thing, if y'all didn't know. Vietnam was a colony, actually, invaded and colonized by the French. Which is why Vietnamese language doesn't use characters like Chinese, Japanese, or Korean. They actually use a phoneticized alphabet, a Germanic alphabet. Thank y'all for hanging out, folks. I'm sorry the internet has been so spotty. I'm not really sure why Konami put it down. I feel kind of bad that stream has been cutting out the past 2 evenings. Again, I'm gonna try to talk to the landlords to look into the internet situation. Until then, I suppose I am at the mercy of Konami and whatever higher powers deem me unable to enjoy the power of Cupsy Yummy. Enjoy talking about Alestos. I just wanted to talk about my PC. This is what they do to me, chat. They silence. Goodness me. Well, I don't know how to rate on YouTube, but I suppose I should probably send y'all to Aras or something quick. Let's see who's live right now on Twitch TV. I think Aras is around. You're still waiting on K9's hello, Penguin Lord. So I'm gonna send y'all to Aras. Let me think of a good raid message. YouTube. Thank y'all so much for hanging out with me. I'm sorry about all the internet connectivity issues. I was having a spectacular time yapping. I can't believe we spent 2 hours looking at clown cards. It's spectacular. Clown Crew! Amazing deck. Will I want it? We'll have to see how many loose materials we have. But I think they're neat. I think they're cool. Y'all might not see me for the rest of the week because I'm gonna be a busy working gal. But I think of a good message. Wait, hold on. Alright. I have a raid message to chat. So let me get the raid up for all of us. Our raid message is Clown Crew is cool. Konami hates Sans internet. Is maintenance over yet? Ironically, maintenance is about to be over. The rat king of the trash. Not only are you a king of rats, you're a king of trash. Thank you for this snack with me. I don't have a very crunchy snack, so apologies for this not being as like great as everything. Wow, that had no sound at all. I'm eating, but normally we do a really good snack ASMR. That's really unfortunate. I'm sorry. I'm sorry I couldn't do a better snack ASMR. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for the follow. Apologies that I have to jab. My internet says, Sans Sally, you're not allowed to enjoy Yummy. You play Rogue Twat for Trash Deck. If you say Tendangle, I'm going to be upset. Because I know Tendangle's bad, but only I'm allowed to say that it's bad. Anyways, copy the raid message if you'd like to... Well, actually, okay, I'm gonna cancel the raid. And I'm going to reset up the raid because I got interrupted. So we're gonna reset up the raid and I still wanna like... Whoa. Plunder Patrol is not bad. Plunder Patrol is not bad. I like Plunder Patrol. Anyway, so our raid message to all of us is that chat hello to us. Apologies I have to head out, chat. Thank y'all for hanging out. My internet is not very happy that I want to play Cupsy Yummy. I apologize for having to leave y'all so soon. I mean, snooze the ads, because y'all shouldn't be getting ads. You play the worst deck of all, Ashen, that's great. But thank y'all for hanging out. I hope y'all have a nice rest of your day, evening, whatever you are. I appreciate you, Twitch chat, YouTube. Thank you so much for hanging out. Twitch chat, send all of us all my love. Do take care of yourselves. I'll see y'all when I see you. And both YouTube and Twitch. Do take care of yourselves. And just remember that you're on my phone. $1. Bye-bye, folks. Say hi to all eyes for me, and bye-bye, good evening, YouTube. And stream.